Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving into a new series on the channel. We're not doing a full dive right now, but I'm basically spending this weekend catching up on some of my patron requests, and I've got quite a few high-ranking patrons who have requested a number of different series. So as you know, I'm in the middle of like 4 or 5 series as is right now, so I can't fully dive into all of these stories, but I figured I would do kind of a little preview session. So I'm reacting to the first episode of all of these extra series that the patrons have asked me to react to, and I'll let my patrons vote at the end of the month on what series I should fully dive into next, once I kind of clear out some of the space on my schedule and finish out some of the ones I'm already in the middle of. So right now we're going to dive into this Japanese series sent to us by Yemi, who we love, and it is Our Dining Room Table, or Our Dining Table. I don't know much about this, but I know it's already on my list. It was already on my list even before I saw this patron request, so I don't remember if it was something that someone else had requested or if I saw like a little clip or post or something about it on Twitter. I don't remember, but we're gonna dive into this and just see what it's all about. Since it is a Japanese series, it's probably gonna have to be a patron exclusive, so YouTube will just have my little intro and outro and my thoughts section, but if you want to watch the full reaction, it'll be over on my Patreon. Link will be down in the description. And yeah, let's just dive on in and see what it's all about. Oh, but it's your daddy's birthday. Unless we don't have a good relationship with daddy. Hi, child.
君は
This child looks judgmental. He is judging the hell out of me right now. Aww. Okay, he was just hungry. He is adorable. I love him. I love this child. It's okay. Today I brought 2.
お兄さんの昼飯勝手に食っちゃって。いや、いいんですよ。むしろ僕の方こそ勝手にあげちゃってすみません。わざわざ謝りに来てくれたんですか？まあそれもあるんですけど、こいつがあのおにぎりすげえうまかったからまた食いたいって騒いでて。これ半分こする。ありがとう。
And by share, do you mean I'm not going to get any of it?
僕もこんなに気に入ってもらえて嬉しいから。あ、俺にこれあげる。
Oh, sweet boy. I love him. I love him.
ありがとう。ほら、俺が握ったやつ。
So put my ball in your mouth, girl. You can do it, baby. I believe in you. Ain't that delicious? Ain't that the tastiest ball you ever had in your mouth? You survived. See, it's it.
しょっぱい。でも美味しい。僕の体はだいたいスーパーの惣菜とサラダとおにぎりでできている。毎日同じようなものを食べて同じような日々を過ごしている。だけど
Glowing like an angel.
何か新しいものが入り込んできた。
Not yet, it hasn't, but we're working on
高
it.
くて
Yeah, I imagine it's
丸
one.
くてキラキラした何か。
Oh, look at the just sense of content on his face. Okay, this is like one of the most heartwarming series I've watched in a long time. And I've watched a lot of cute series, y'all. There's so many adorable cute series that I've watched, but this just, it feels good. And I've watched a lot of feel good series too, but there's just something about this that it just feel, well, A, it feels different than most of the other series that I've reacted to. And the Japanese series tend to do that from time to time. There's just something, I don't know, interesting about the way they just tell a story. But this, it just feels so heartwarming. Like watching the exchange that took place between, let me look up because I'm terrible with names, that took place between Yutaka and Tane was adorable. And then seeing how Minoru kind of warmed up to the idea of Yutaka, and then just throughout that whole afternoon he's like, oh, I didn't actually expect you to come. And it was just this, everything was so wholesome. It wasn't necessarily, oh, we're making this big romance, or we're, you know, doing this, that, the other. It's not anything sexual or passionate or anything like that. It just feels wholesome. It is wholesome, and it is sweet, and it is innocent. And right now it's not even about them forming a romance. It's literally about Yutaka finding a friend, finding something in life that makes him happy. He's clearly got some sort of past trauma. We had a couple little flashbacks to him as a child, and he's got something that he's holding on to. I don't know if it's just centered around, you know, him not being able to eat in front of other people, but there's some sort of social aspect, something that someone told him as a kid that stuck with him throughout his life thus far, that's, you know, kind of hindered his social interactions and made him somewhat of a recluse in a sense. And he's found something, he's found some people that just literally bring him delight, bring him joy, and make him happy. And it's just, it's heartwarming. You can't help but smile. You know, kids can have that effect. Not all kids. Some kids are assholes and you don't want to be around them. But sometimes kids just have that effect to just be able to sneak in without trying. They just show up and just work their way into your heart, and they just warm you up. And that's literally what happened. He just showed up out of the blue on this bench, and he's like, ah, where the hell did you come from? And the kid's like not saying anything, just like, I want that. And he's like, my lunch? And the kid just devours it. It's like, this is amazing. Oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever had in my life. Blah, 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 blah. And the kid was hooked. So the next day, Minoru took Tane to that same bench so that they could apologize for taking his lunch. And Yutaka also apologized for giving him food without asking, because yes, there could have been any number of ways that could have gone wrong, any number of ways that could have gone awry. Like I said, Tane could have had an allergy to something that was in there. He could have choked on something, and then Yutaka could have been at fault. There's any number of things that could have gone wrong in that scenario. So, you know, we cleared the air, made amends, and then made the plans to come over so we could teach you how to make rice balls. And like I just keep saying, it is wholesome. It is adorable. And you could see by the end of the episode, him in the office on the phone during the lunch break, and the one coworker who seemed, you know, kind of concerned about him at the beginning of the episode when they were going to lunch, and she's like, oh, you want to go to lunch? And he's like, oh no, I gotta run. And he's like, oh, you're gonna join us for, you know, drinks after work? Oh no, I can't, blah blah blah. Oh, he's so antisocial. Like, she was looking at him like, wow, this is a rare sight. Yutaka is smiling. He is smiling. He looks genuinely pleased at life. And I love the sort of full circle-ish moments, how we started the episode with him having this like narrative to himself about, my body came mostly from salads and supermarkets and rice balls and this, that, and the other. And then like we end the episode with that same sort of speech, and he's like, but now there's something else. There's something that makes me feel whole and warm, and it's just like, it's so good, and it's just adorable. And then we pan over to the lollipop the kid gave him, and it's all adorable. It's adorable. And I love the sound mixing and the choices that they make in a lot of these scenes not to have an abundance of background music. Like, yes, they do still have some background music from scene to scene, or like transition, but there are so many moments that I was noticing in the background of these scenes where I was literally just hearing nature. I was hearing wind blowing or birds chirping and whatnot, and I don't know if that was happening real time with them there, or if that's out audio that they put in post-production. But I like the choice of having all of those sort of quiet moments. Again, it just makes the storytelling a little bit different, and it works. Yeah, it's just heartwarming. That is all I can really say right now. I'm probably going to repeat that throughout every episode. Heartwarming, unless they take me through a completely emotionally devastating place, which who knows, they might. We'll just have to wait and see. But for right now, so adorable, so heartwarming. I love the relationship between Tane and Minoru. They feel like legitimate brothers. Like when Yutaka first walked up and Tane's like, would you rather vomit flavored this or this flavored vomit? And I'm like, that is a child. That is a child. I've encountered that child. They will ask the most random ass questions, and it's like, like, how did you get here? What are you doing? Go away. Like, that is a child through and through. So I love their dynamic, and I love that even though, Minoru was like, you're lucky to live alone. You get more freedom. It's kind of noisy and this, that, the other around here. Like, he doesn't seem, at least right now, to be resentful of his situation. Like in some of these series or some movies, we might see this situation and people feel like they're stuck. Like, they don't want to live at home with their little brother taking care of this, that, the other. They're stuck in this situation because of the circumstances that went around. And if they had their choice, they would be living elsewhere and doing this, that, the other. He doesn't feel resentful like that. He feels like, yeah, he's my brother and he gets on my nerves and we fight, blah, blah, blah. But I still love him. I like taking care of him. I like being here. And I'm assuming the guy who was like, oh, he's Minoru, you're his friend. I didn't think he actually had friends. He's over here. I'm assuming that's daddy. Mama, I'm assuming, is passed on because they just showed us a lingering picture on the nightstand. So I'm like, okay, I'm assuming that's their way of telling us Mama passed on. But yeah, I enjoy the dynamic, and I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see where they take this. And I kind of just want to dive into the next episode, but like I said at the top of this, I'm doing just one episode, kind of like a preview for each of these series that are on my patron request list right now, and then I'll let my patrons vote afterward to see what series, or what single series or multiple series I dive into next once I clear out some of the ones I'm already reacting to. But thank you, Yemi, for the suggestion. I absolutely love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all of my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. Don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.